It's hard to think of too many things as downright American as Route 66. It highlighted the significance of the automobile as a technical achievement, but it was also an imperative step for the freedom and mobility that goes hand in hand with the increasing accessibility of innovation. Fast forward to our modern economy where entrepreneurship in general, and a technology startup specifically, knows no geographical bias. And yet, while we know that talent is well distributed, opportunity is lacking. This is very personal to me, not only because our corporate office sits near a piece of the original Route 66 in Springfield, Missouri, but I strongly believe that the success of locally grown companies is undeniably connected to the success of the communities in which they operate. So when I launched Celleride in 2010, I knew I wanted to build a technology company anchored in the Midwest that would eventually do business with the largest automakers and marketers in the world, and that's exactly what we've done. Investing in any early stage company is a numbers game. Historically, the overwhelming amount of venture capital and equity funding for technology upstarts has been located in San Francisco, New York, and Boston. These areas have developed a critical mass of capital, companies, and successes. In the last decade or so, we've seen some other hotspots gain momentum. Great companies can start and scale anywhere. That is the philosophy we've taken with our company. We've intentionally cultivated regional investors who share our interest in advancing opportunities in our own backyard. And as more and more companies and communities work together to foster entrepreneurial and investment ecosystems, we'll see geography play a diminished role in determining the success or failure of new companies. Over the last few years, I've had to establish our own company development roadmap in order to know what stage Celleride is in at any given time. It's less of a tom-tom approach and more of a set of guideposts and landmarks. I've recently coined the phrase, the 5 speeds of innovation, and it really helps us remain focused on the road ahead. The first gear is idea. It's a bit cliche, but there has to be a better way. The idea is formed as a solution to a problem. It can be a simple or complex problem, but it should address and relieve the pain point for the consumer. My idea for Celleride was I simply wanted to text the car instead of talking to a salesperson. The second gear is product, also known as minimally viable product or MVP. An MVP should demonstrate the value and utility of your idea. I utilized my computer information systems degree from Missouri State University to engineer the initial MVP offering for Celleride. The third gear is business. This is what I would consider the proof of concept phase or post-revenue stage, where market validation should be achieved. Sales channels will be developed, clients engaged, and marketing will ramp up. It's the stage where I realized I wasn't the only one who would use or buy the product that I was trying to sell. The fourth gear is company. The move from founder to CEO was a tough one for me. Your role will need to shift from the exciting and fun R&D process to now scaling a refined business model. The last gear is exit. The exit stage will mean different things to different companies. But regardless of what it entails, the exit should be driven by protecting shareholder value and maintaining client relations. My goal has always been to drive Celleride as far as we can with the intention of plugging it into an infrastructure that can take the wheel and speed off into the sunset. If you're like me, the process is part of the fun. In my experience, the challenges make the wins more enjoyable. I get asked a lot about the challenges of building a tech company in flyover country. It's one of the most difficult things I've ever done, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Regardless of where you start, good ideas and disciplined companies can be successful. In order to be successful though, you'll have to carefully navigate the 5 speeds of innovation roadmap. But no worries, I've got you covered there too. I crafted the 5 P's to innovation success. The first P is passion. As Steve Jobs said, you'll have to be burning with an idea or a problem or a wrong that you want to right. If you're not passionate enough from the start, you'll never stick it out. Celleride's going on its 13th year in business, and passion has been a significant factor in our longevity. The second piece, persistence. Celleride's B2B sales model is not for the faint of heart. Long sales cycles require massive amounts of polite persistence. We've had deals that have taken 675 days from the initial contact to deal close, with many no thanks along the way. The next P is the ability to pivot. In the tech space, most founders will agree that the market typically reacts to an initial idea, and almost always the successful entrepreneurs will pivot or adjust to capitalize on the market opportunities. Celleride's My Car Recall Concierge platform was that pivotal product for us. Prayer. Through all the ups and downs on this journey, which still happened 13 years later, my faith has stayed consistent. There are going to be really hard times. Always lean on your faith during these times. And patience. I have zero patience, but I've learned how to slow my expectations while helping to grow a tech firm and the startup community here in the Midwest. Right now, I'm laser focused on the road ahead. If our technology innovation approach helps pave the way for others, then it'll be well worth the drive.